Blessings, Tree Heights family, Tree Life subscribers, yeah, those who have been genuinely on this journey and those who are genuinely interested in the activities of the people who are under this moniker called Tree Life. I know there's treelife.com. You can log on and find different informations, biographies, and such about the members of the Tree Life, those who are passed on and those who are still here, and find out about our programs of education and many other things that we are, involved in and we've got going on. This video, I think it's been long in coming, right? Because I've done a lot of other videos over the last couple of, weeks, months. Sometimes because I have so much other stuff working on, right? Because I'm doing the hand-sewn apparel and music. I promoted and launched my very first EP called Blue Kachina, Red Kachina, available on all platforms, and I did that, through my own technicality in terms of launching Tree Life music officially and, being published on these digital platforms so that the music is there. That is awesome. I also have a track recorded a little bit back called Bus Wine, and also Under the Dome, self-released as well too, so I give thanks for those tracks, And I must say one more thing, but I'm not going to be distracted. It's been such a while that I've sat down to do a meaningful Tree Life video, that I forgot what negative energy feels like. I forgot what the old days feels like. When you sit down, there's always a little force trying to disturb you, sticking up the little hairs here. But, I'm so happy just to even feel that feeling, because it's been such a long time since I've even had that feeling. Anyhow, the work over the last couple of weeks with the music, to self-produce, that's not been an easy task. And over the years, for those who have been following right here on Tree Life Television Network, you kind of have been privy at certain points what I've been talking about, what I've been doing. Because if you're going to be around the Tree Life members, right, there got to be a reason why you're here. And you cannot superficially see us as what you think we are. You have to see us as we actually are. And everyone presents themselves in the best way possible. And we cannot always present everything. Why? Because who really shows everything? What about for your family? What about for your friends? You have to have, hallelujah, that part of you which is only known by them, so you can't share all of that. So I'm saying all of that as a preamble to get to my actual topic. And if you see me doing this, pardon me, it's no complex, it's actually these little things. Anyway, the point I'm trying to establish as I go forward into my actual reasoning is that no one presents a complete image of themselves. But as best as I can, I have tried my utmost to present, hallelujah, as honest an image of myself as possible, as close to the actuality as possible, including showing the environment in which I live. I don't find these strange environments. Here I'm talking on treelife.com to kind of prop up my image. I use the technology that is available to me. Do you understand? I don't try to make it be too much more than the quality of the content. And it's been a theme of actual Tree Life, as of sharing what we have, using the best of the available technology. We are not the cutting edge of technology or information presentation. So you are having an experience around a creative mind in myself and the way in which I express myself. I have a faith that is shared by millions of people. However, I'm an individual, so my expression of that faith is going to be unique and special to me. No comparison, no competition. And so to the title, the topic of today's reasoning, the imposter complex, or the impersonator, imposter, we put them beside each other. The impersonator, imposter complex. Now, for many years, me doing this, I've come across many individuals, right? And many wavelengths, because Tree Life opened up the pathway that you could meet many different minds and get to connect to their philosophies and ways of life. And even at times when you all share similar beliefs, there was always differentiating characteristics. Someone's class and someone's socialization. And so these were genuine, and at times they reflected in behaviors that somewhat made, I guess, each of us in our own little quadrants feel uncomfortable or disheartened at times, right? And at Tree Life, we try to work through that, because if you're going to be stratified along these economic demarcations, you weren't going to be really, our cultural demarcations, you weren't really going to get along. However, what I've recognized in the culture around us is that people have chosen to identify with whatever works. And I'll explain that deeper. It sounds simple. And what does it have to do with imposter? It doesn't matter who creates what is working. Hallelujah. As long as it works. As long as it works, they'll jump on the bandwagon and even imply that it was them that was the essence of what is working and why it's working. Like a official close hijack. And this close hijack is very interesting because here's it. You are beside these individuals. These individuals are privy to the kind of state of consciousness you would have been in, or your creative process because you would have been around other creatives. And here's the thing about it. A person might say, well, this idea isn't wholly yours. We know we are as human. We have this demarcation in our behaviors like ego, right? But ego has another identification, which is something just of the natural self, which is, you know, like I said, this is my shirt. I mean, I can share my shirt with you if you are in need of a shirt, but the premise is still saying it's my shirt. I'm not going to say I'm going to share your shirt with you. So there's certain demarcations which you say, this is my will to do, my will to be. So ideas might be universal. However, I try to codify a certain idea and activate a certain idea in a specific way, and it begins to work. Maybe I might not be the most handsome, maybe I might not be the most well-spoken, maybe I might not be the most well-liked. However, what I have is working. People see the potential, the plausibilities of it, and also the possibilities and the actualities of it. And they begin to copy it, hallelujah, and copy you. So let's take it out of me and the personality of myself, because guess what? It has to start with your actual experience, right? People begin to copy you. At first, it seems flattering. At first, it seems like something that you can relate to. It's like, hey, I'm inspiring someone to rise up to a quality. But the more they're rising up, you're seeing that the quality is a copy. It's not an innovation on what you've been presenting, an upgrade or update according to modern linguistics or language or slang. It's actually a replication, hallelujah, a copy. And why is that copy dangerous? Because there's an original. And that original needs space to express itself, needs space of value. So we call it the great hijack. So imposters hijack the atmosphere and the energy, direct it for their own purpose and their own benefit and their own use at the behest of the people who actually created that attitude, atmosphere, product, service that worked, that is working, that works. You find that if you are not skilled in your function around your particular creative, corporate, or just say logical, logistics community, you will lose ideation, ideas, actual design to people who are close to you, who mimic and mirror your behavior, mimic and mirror your achievements in the stead of replacing you. They say superficial is easily recognized. Not so in an age of multimedia. Multimedia supplication is to cut and paste, adjust, and to cut the seams and the edges of reality to make it look pretty real. There's always damage being done through the propaganda machines. That's the Eric Benet's well-defined propaganda schemery that now redefines information that we all know of. The patent holders of most technology in the last 100 years are Aboriginal so-called black people that basically did not get patent, hallelujah, recognition, though they're the ones that created not just the mechanical technology, but also the software foundation and structure, like Philip Emeagwali from Nigeria, contributions to the creation of the internet. You always hear about, hallelujah, all these other people, right? And you will not hear about the Aboriginals, the so-called black people. So this is what I'm talking about, the imposter complex. Let's go further in one of the imposter complex in the modern context. There's this Nigerian man, right, who came with this self-driving car and also self-charging television. Now, what the car, I don't remember its components of what it ran on. Self-driving cars are the technology to self-drive isn't individual or unique to anyone. Let's be clear. That's open source technology now, and we get what that is all about. Automatons, driverless vehicles. However, this particular Nigerian also had this self-charging television that worked without any form of external charging device, port or otherwise. And at the time that he presented, he was the only one, hallelujah, that had made such a presentation, had come forward, neither in the west, north, south, or east. He was the only one. And then he said he went to America, and then we wondered what happened. We didn't hear from him for a while. And then the story come back, he was, well, almost unalive 7 times, right? And the story is they wanted to take the technology. Has been the story so often. Some impersonate imposter then popped up as usual in the West, in the Western, the Edomite world, hallelujah, saying, hey, I have this self-charging TV, and it shows the exact same technology. And of course, it will go down like he created that. So you might say, oh, I was reaching there. Now, let's go further. Before I even go, I can segue, because this is my channel, and my mind is my mind, and I'm very clear, and I don't play around. You know how people always try to downplay people of faith and try to put you into a box, like they say, be like how he is, she is, they are. And they're usually talking about Romans or Roman-minded Europeans who are our elite classes here in the so-called West. We can debate where we are in the world. But anyway, in the so-called West, we are told, hey, you should be more like him or she or her or them. And when you truly analyze, let's say, the true grain of the heritage of the earth called history, you realize that these people are imposters, hallelujah, and they're stolen our heritage, our culture, our birthright, and our deportment and mannerisms as the lords of the manor. We were the ones in the castles that they attacked and stole our stuff. So here's my point now to the people who do not like to see the truth. This is my problem with you people. You are so brainwashed. Before you listen to an individual, you put on those rose-colored glasses, right? Your stained glass perception, and you just judge. You close yourself off, because you're not closing, hallelujah, me off, you're closing yourself off. And you're pretentious. So we're not only talking about the pretentious individuals who are trying to impersonate others. I'm also talking about the pretentious individuals who close their minds off from individuals without even listening to these individuals, and is placating these individuals with these nonsensical, undereducated judgments, right? Trying to stifle individuals, trying to say to us, we should be like the imposters, hallelujah, that you are. Because you obviously don't know yourself. Because if you obviously did know yourself, you wouldn't be impersonating people, yeah, who is originally impersonated the image of our natural self. They've stolen all our iconography, our heritage, and what is left, they try to redefine it in these so-called Aboriginals and African Studies units, in these so-called universities, these paid institutions of Western indoctrination, So let us be clear about certain things. When you hear people speaking about things, you do not comprehend, you do not understand personal liberties nor sovereignty, I would suggest that you should go and listen to some others, learn, bring your mentalities up through information, placating yourself with more vital and quality information. By all means, start out in the cheap information where you are, the trashy thought process. But if you intend to get somewhere, you will get somewhere by putting some true, thoughts of value, yeah, in your mentality. Do a right pedagogy for the intellectual, pseudo-intellectual mind. Get a right pedagogy. Create a right methodology of analysis, yeah, to decipher what is actual truth versus generational perceptivity, the collective mob consciousness, and all the psychological devices they create in university. Yeah, but beyond trying to wild out or show off, because I'm not. I'm showing you something. Pay attention. People come and they click a like under your video or under your statements, but they don't want to know you as a person. They never want to. What kind of beings are these people? Are they voyeurs of this new age of the true man reality? I don't mind, because I cannot stand to interfere with something that is so insufferable. However, hear me very clearly. I question a lot of you. People might say, Jeremy, you're trying to make people go away from your channel. then you wouldn't have understood me in the first place, because you're still trying to put me in a box. I'm trying to question what we call fake behavior, impersonator syndrome. Psychologically. You're just trying to find something, hallelujah, to pattern into your behavior, to feel good about yourself. So you don't really want to listen. You know, I sound like I'm cool enough to listen to, but you're not really deeply taking what I'm saying. So maybe my beard looks like you could have a beard like this, you know. Maybe you could have a hairline like my hairline, you know. Maybe you could dress like me. Maybe you'll be witty with words, right? You're trying to catch something, but you're not listening because you don't want to know the being, right? You want to hear of what I got to say that can satisfy, that internal itch, you know, to consume, to impersonate. Got you. So, I don't leave you there. I'm going to keep going. People always say impersonation is a high form of flattery, like to say, hey, you know, but when you begin to absorb somebody else's identity into your own, not listen clearly and understood whatever that person, or observe clearly what that person's essence is trying to convey. And if I have to break it down in a simple sense, just use myself again, the essence of which I truly desire to convey is that I want you to understand information coming from an individual that lives this type of reality in Jamaica. And that's all it is about. And if you can grasp that this is not your Yale or Harvard professor. This is not your video done by secular Jamaica. This is not edited by the high-minded people who are so fancifully aware of graphic culture, peddling for $1, peddling for image increase. This is not the people who want to brand their names on something. Do you understand? Sharing a perspective of which you do not understand because you are not me. And why should you be offended by that? That is, hallelujah, my point. Why should you be offended by that? You have your own mind. You have your own mentality to think according to your own understanding and to increase them as time goes on. You don't have to match yourself to what you think is working in me, and then you go off and spawn your own copy, your own version of what I am, because you see something is working. We try to short circuit the original, we try to cheat the original, we try to manipulate the original, right? For the impersonators, yeah? The students of the masters take up the books and start to create their own treatises, summaries, right? And assessments thereof in pedagogy and all manner of clergymen. And then this becomes doctrinal, and this is what we're following. Have you read the teacher? If you read the teacher, you would have learned to approach the same information, concepts, processes by yourself, to have the adept information for yourself, not to willingly become powerless and give up your consciousness to others. That is what I've always been speaking about. Though I am a man of faith, that have a specific faith, you cannot match your reality to my reality just because you might assess what I'm saying to be of benefit. You have to be clear in yourself, because let's be clear, there are those who are not favorable because they are not in a favorable thought about what I'm doing. And they are not thinking of matching. They're thinking of understanding, to refute and to destroy. Do you understand? They're thinking, they're listening just to refute, just to destroy the statement thereof. They are self-haters, right? Because they cannot accept. The truth is complex, and it's hard to accept that others in their true self are accepted without the mask, without the image, without the pretense, without the production, that people can be seen for exactly who they are. They don't need to be imposters impersonating the concepts of others, beliefs of others, ways of others, attitude of others. They can truly be themselves and be at peace. It's not about how smart you are, or handsome or beautiful you are, where you're from. It's about the truth, people. You can live actually from your own mentality. That's what I've always been saying. And my faith do not excuse me from my wrongs, neither does your faith excuse you from your wrongs, right? Because what can it really do but be as it is? The channel, the portal, the way, the truth, and the light. That's all it can be. And you have to approach that light and imbue it into your life and learn to accept others as they are, towards the understanding. Judge not, lest ye be judged. How can you not see the fault in yourself, but so easily see the fault in me? judging my appearance, mentality, behavior, or presentation? What have you done to further the cause of humanity? What have you done to add more value to the lives of others than your own mind, body, and spirit? And if you can do this, then you can understand why the imposter complex is so dangerous. So I trust that we will go forward in faith, in understanding, in originality, in true creativity, right? I implore you, I imbue in you, follow in the footsteps of those who spark truth to be what you are, not to copy them, to be uniquely you. All the notes, all the keys, all the voice from the tenor, the alto, the soprano are individuals in the spectrum. When you put them all together, you get the choir of life, the orchestra of life. We all sound better together because we all don't sound the same. So until next time, this has been Taloko the Great. All reasonings right at the Tree of Life, right here on Tree of Life Television Network, also on treelife.com. Reminding you to like, share, and subscribe. Remember that you're awesome, individual, beautiful, original gift to yourself, to your environment. Continue to be that awesome, beautiful, individual, God-sent gift, and spread that light. Alight it and just make it be abounding in grace, abounding in glory, abounding in love, abounding in light. Yeah, until next time, blessings, love, take care of yourself. We'll catch you on the next time on treelife.com, Tree Life Television Network. Blessings, guys. Enough love.